wanted to open up my gifts in Pokemon Go. YouTube, like honestly, you know what I really liked doing back then was challenging myself in my editing and new ideas. Like, cause back in the day, like if you see me play Fortnite with that dude Heckin, right? That's the dude I actually started YouTube with back in the day. He was the dude that I was playing YouTube with first, and we used to always like randomly do random shit all the time, and so we would come up with ideas, you know what I mean? And I would execute them. So like him and I, like, all right, you guys know the channel name that I have right now that I'm streaming on right now. That's Your Heroes, right? And the reason why I have that name, Your Heroes, is because Heckin and I came from the Hidden Masters, okay? And that was a joke. That channel wasn't supposed to pop off like it did. It was just stupid shit that we would do, made videos on it, and did really, really well. Channel got partnered, and we tried to do other things other than hiding in games. So that series you see with Vanoss, the hiding tactics, that's where it comes from. It comes from me and Heckin doing hiding tactics back in the Halo 3 days, even in Halo 2, but we didn't have a name for it back then, right? So that's actually how I met Vanoss, because Hector and I were the only ones that were doing YouTube, but we needed a whole team. And Hector was kind of doing more like, he was getting into IRL stuff because, you know, YouTube wasn't something he really wanted to do. Like, he did do it, right? He did do it, but it wasn't something that he really cared to do though. He enjoyed it, but not as much as, like, you know, you would think like some people want to do YouTube for real, and some people just don't. And he liked doing it for as much as he did it, right? But Hector, he plays with me every now and then. But what happened was I was looking for other people to play with, right? And so I was looking around, and then I was like, you know what? I put hiding tactics in, and I wanted to see who was doing hiding tactics. And Vanoss did hiding tactics back in the day. It was kind of like an homage, or he was trying to do like the same thing, right? And we had this thing called the human centipede, which was during the time that movie came out. That was something like when you lay down prone, everyone laid down and prone into each other, and it looked like a fucking human centipede, like the movie. And I saw that Vanoss had one, and it said the human caterpillar. So I didn't message him, I left a comment on his video, and I'm like, yo, do you want to do for real hiding tactics? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna add you on Xbox. So I did, you know, and then I started playing like with Vanoss and stuff later on. And I was gonna say real quick, if you haven't noticed, right, look at my videos and look at my friends' videos. There was not a lot of times that I played with them, and it's not because like I didn't like them or anything like that at all. I didn't want to have to ever rely on a group to make my success. So I did play with my friends, right? But I also did do the Squeaker Squad, or I did my GTA Louis versus the World, and my friends weren't there. I did Squeaker Squad. Sometimes my friends were there, but they weren't. But I didn't ever want to have to rely on my friends. But I would play with them, and I would come up with ideas for like videos and stuff. And sometimes I'd be there to execute or help them execute, or I'd do stuff on my own. But so this channel, right, because Hector and I were trying to do what you guys know now as funny moments. We were trying to do stuff like that, but people were legit serious when they said unsubscribe. I subscribe for hiding tactics, not this funny moment shit, you know what I mean? So when I was doing when we were doing hiding tactics and stuff, there'd be times where we'd fail, right? And people would shit talk us, and there'd be a lot of shit talking. And so we would record that because that stuff was funny. Like, yeah, you fucking bitches, you were glitching, you got caught cheating, motherfuckers. And it's like, dude, like, no, we weren't cheating, but this is actually funny. Like, this is other content that people would probably want to watch. And people did like it, but for the most part, people didn't like it because they're like, I was here for hiding tactics, not this shit talking stuff. So the channel that I'm on right now, everyone would call us back in the day. They would say like, oh my gosh, like, I love the way you guys play Halo, you're my hero, and like, oh, these are my Halo heroes. They would just say a lot of stuff like that, right? So since the channel was called The Hidden Masters, every time we uploaded something different, they got mad. But we named ourselves The Hidden Masters, and we had a series called Hiding Tactics, and people got mad if we uploaded anything else other than hiding tactics. So I was like, all right, you know what, since a lot of people say like, oh, our heroes, you're our heroes, and blah blah blah, I was like, all right, Hector, I'm gonna make a new channel, and we'll slowly move the content over to this one, which is the one I'm on right now. So instead of the Hidden Masters or the Hidden Masters 2 or Funny Hidden Masters or some stupid shit like that, I was just like, you know, everyone calls us like their heroes, so why don't we just name it Your Heroes? So this channel, I named it Your Heroes because, you know, it was supposed to be like a place where they would see their quote unquote like YouTube heroes, like their gaming heroes, you know? And I used it, and I started uploading, and then it got really popular, like with the Squeaker Squad and all that shit. Squeaker Squad was like our next breakthrough stuff.